Hi there, my name is Harris Kenny. I'm with Intro CRM, and I'm excited to announce the alpha release of CardImporter, which is a card importing or business card scanning app for HubSpot. Now, this is not the first app that I've built with my team. That would actually be Outbound Sync, which is a custom integration between SmartLead and HubSpot for folks who are doing scaled cold outbound, and they want to get all that activity pushed into HubSpot, into their CRM. But in this app, we're solving a different problem and a really, really specific one. Now, of course, HubSpot has a scanner in the HubSpot app, and it is solid. It does the job, and it works probably for most people. However, what we were hearing from customers is that there are a subset of HubSpot users who want more out of a business card scanner, and they want it to be built specifically for HubSpot. What I'm going to show you today in this demo over the next few minutes is our version 1. It's got a basic front end. I'm going to show you how we're taking that business card scan, we're mapping to properties, we're pushing to HubSpot. We're updating both contact properties as well as putting a timeline event into HubSpot, which is going to be useful for lists and workflows and things like reports. But this is a proof of concept. My hope is to put this out there to see what kind of interest there is. And if there is interest, that we'll spend more engineering time and make it better. I've seen a lot of feedback and discussion on the HubSpot forums. I do think there's room for a better product in this space. And I actually think there's room to add a lot to this, including recording audio notes, using the image of the actual card scan and including that in HubSpot for later reference and verification, things like that. So I think there's actually a lot that could be done here. But I just want to get this out there, see who likes it, see who might want to use it. And who knows? Maybe we'll build this out even more. But for now, let me just show you how it works today. And we'll go from there. So here you can see in the home screen, we've got a bunch of cards that I've already scanned, and we're doing a few things. Now, I'll spare you all the little details, but we are taking this image and we're using optical character recognition to extract all the text from the image. And then we're using AI to map what we think the fields should be based on this initial image. And of course, you can see the full image if you want, but here you can see we're extracting everything from this first card, and we're pushing it over. We're doing a few things here when we do this. We're fixing the capitalization of names, for example, and job titles. We're also formatting phone numbers to use the HubSpot style format, which you're going to see in a few minutes when I show you the HubSpot side, how quickly those get picked up, which is pretty nice. It can also pick up different fonts. Like here, you've got like more of a cursive script, and it's able to pick that up no problem. And in this example, we're also normalizing the domain to be all lowercase. But all of these have already been imported. So let me show you an example of a fresh import and what that looks like. Now, because this is, I guess, like an alpha or an MVP release, some of these things run a little bit slow. Appreciate your patience with that. Again, I really just kind of want to see if anybody else wants this. And then if so, we'll obviously be building it out and making it even better. So here you can see this card just got picked up. The status of the card is review. It needs to be reviewed. See, this is an old card of mine from an old job years ago. You can see it extracted all this text out of here. But one thing that's pretty cool is that it also picked up that the handwritten note on here that says change jobs. But you can see all of this was done automatically. And if you wanted to push this over to HubSpot, you would just click import. And here, we can go over here and we'll just wait a second and you're going to see that this list is going to update. And now while this is happening, I just want to note that these are fresh contacts that are being created by CardImporter. The names are being updated by CardImporter. And then you can see these properly formatted HubSpot-style phone numbers here as well, which is great to be able to work through call tasks. And as we're looking at this list, I just want to also emphasize how we built it, right? So because this is a timeline event, we're able to add filtering off of the CardImporter category inside of HubSpot. So here you can see the different properties of the name, of the company, and the domain, email, first name, last name. This is where I think there's going to be room for this product to grow. We can talk about tagging like specific events or trade shows. You can also build workflows to fire off on certain days. So if cards are scanned within a certain date range, they would be therefore added to a certain trade show lead list automatically. But I also think it would be neat if a marketer or RevOps person could just set that as a drop-down option for the team who's importing the card so that that shows up on its own automatically. You can see our newly scanned card is down here. This was the one that was just added. And let me just drill down to that contact record really quick and just show you what it looks like. You can see that all of this has been updated correctly based on what was inputted in CardImporter. You can also see that the source of this is the integration, and then you can see this timeline event here where we've got the details. We've also got the image, and this is kind of the beginning of what's possible here. I'm really interested in seeing the possibilities of embedding this image inside an iframe here, basically like inside of this timeline event. But also I think there's room that it could potentially be a CRM card over here on the right side. So I think there's a couple different things that we can do with this. But let's just show you another one really quick. We've got different orientations. Some of these cards are vertical or portrait. Some of them are landscape. Some of them have other things in the background. Some of them have different lighting. Some of them have different translucency. And so far, they've all been really consistent, which I'm pretty happy about. It definitely took some troubleshooting in order to get this AI mapping to work. But I think that from what I've been seeing so far, I'm really, really happy with the results. And I think it's ready to get a little bit more attention from some more users. Okay, so we've got that import running in the background here. It's going to show up here in this list in a second. While that's running, I just wanted to show you, this is mobile optimized. So here it is, like if you're at a trade show and you have an iPad, or if you're in your hotel room and you're doing this on your phone, we've got an iPhone or an iPad form factor here, and it all works really nicely with that. And let me just give this a refresh to see if our new card has showed up yet. Okay, cool. Patrick Bateman. So we've got our new card here. And if you go back to CardImporter, then you can see that now these have all been imported. And then you can filter if they haven't been. You can also delete them, of course, if you imported twice by accident or something like that. And let me just show you one last thing really quick, which is how you can start to look at workflows and triggering workflows based on these scans that happen. And this is kind of the beginning of what I think will be something that we can really build on over time. Because you've got this happening as a timeline event, there's going to be a lot of other things that we're going to be able to trigger off of this. Follow-up for lead show lists, attribution, and especially with HubSpot's new events support that they're building within the app. I think there's going to be a lot more happening on the event side. And so I think there's going to be just some really cool things that you can build out in terms of workflows. And remember, just because something is sitting in a list doesn't mean that it's just sitting in a list. Of course, you can build reports off of lists based on which contacts are included in certain lists and things like that. So I think that there is going to be a lot of potentially interesting use cases for this over time. Let me know if this is something you're interested in. If you go to introcrm.com/CardImporter, you can sign up for the wait list. We'll be doing a very, very limited testing run to see how this works, iron out the kinks, and see who's interested in it. So if this is something that you're interested in, again, introcrm.com/CardImporter. And please sign up there. I would love to get your feedback, and I'd love to know what you might want to do with it, the size of your team, the types of events you do, and just gauge how much opportunity there is to build something here. Thank you for your time, for your interest, and have a great day.